Welcome to Wrestling Junkie, and today we'll be doing our Money in the Bank 2023 predictions video. We have a pretty stacked card. Obviously, it will be held in London, so that means it's an early start time if you're in the States. Yeah, I'm really excited for this card. There's a lot of good matches, I think, especially the two Money in the Bank matches for the first time, at least for the men's one. It feels like there's not a lot of star power in it, and the Money in the Bank match is actually doing its job of building a future star. Obviously, you have Nakamura in there, who's one of the best of all time, but he's somebody who is like in WWE, like in the WWE, he kind of like fell off a little bit, and I think this would be a good way to maybe elevate him if obviously he wins. But yeah, there's a lot of good matches. But yeah, let's get straight into our first prediction. And for our first match, we will do the Money in the Bank men's ladder match. Now, for this match, our participants are Ricochet, Shinsuke Nakamura, LA Knight, Santos Escobar, Butch, Damian Priest, and Logan Paul. And who do you have and why?
So this one, I feel like it could definitely go a few different ways. I really like Ricochet. Obviously, I like Nakamura. I know a lot of people are rooting for LA Knight. You gotta keep Logan Paul in the picture as well. I mean, you know, that's WWE's like star boy right now, kind of. But I think my prediction, probably just gonna go with the fan favorite. I'm probably gonna say LA Knight.
Yeah, that's gonna be my pick as well. I think LA Knight is the person you need to have to win this match. If obviously, I think in my opinion, there's only like two real options that go with this match. Is either LA Knight, they go the fan favorite, which everybody wants, and he does deserve it, or you go Logan Paul to bring the Money in the Bank or the Money in the Bank. Well, imagine like as much like press and like media Logan does. Imagine him carrying his prime bottle of the Money in the Bank. Like it gives WWE what they want. Have their company's logo shown everywhere. However, I don't see Logan Paul really staying around for like too long. Obviously, if he were to win it, I would assume he would. But yeah, I'm gonna go with LA Knight. It's what the people want. WWE need to give this to us. But yeah, this should be a very interesting match and a very fun match. And for our next match, we have Cody Rhodes taking on Dominic Mysterio. And who do you have for this match?
Man, I'm probably gonna say Cody Rhodes because I'm assuming his next thing that he's going to be doing is going after whoever wins in one of the matches you'll see later, which is Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor. I'm assuming that's the direction he's going to go next. But yeah, I'm going to go with Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, I think for this one, obviously you only have two ways to go. But however, if what I'm hearing is true via like Twitter and rumors and stuff like that, it's rumored that Brock Lesnar could be showing up at the pay-per-view, which obviously him and Cody Rhodes don't have like full finished business left. They still are tied 1-1 in their series. I feel like obviously SummerSlam's the next pay-per-view for WWE. I think you could have Brock somehow interfere, maybe cost Cody the match, and then you go to SummerSlam, have that third match. However, I do think Brock will appear. However, Cody will still be able to pull off the win before Brock ruins his match. And I think Cody will win this match. I think if Dominic will win, it'll be like a very sneaky heel win. Obviously, I think he'll do something annoying, maybe like a roll up pin, or maybe Rhea distracts Cody or something like that. But yeah, I think this will be another solid match. It's so crazy to think how far Dominic's come. Yeah. He went from a guy that people kind of disliked, and WWE even themselves were kind of thinking sending him back to NXT. However, he kind of revamped himself, joining the Judgment Day, becoming this one of the best heels in WWE right now, getting booed everywhere, and he's just this annoying character. And yeah, it's really interesting how great his character development has come. But yeah, I think Cody Rhodes will get the win here. And for our next match, we have the women's tag team champions on the line, where we have Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler taking on the recently returning Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. And who do you have for this match?
So if you watch the channel for a while, you know I'm a big Liv Morgan person. And I think it would be interesting for her to win this because she also took Ronda's belt, the WWE Championship, last year at Money in the Bank. So it'd be like a cool, just
full circle.
Basically like you said, a full circle. Last year she took the WWE Championship. Now this year she would take a Tag Team Championship. And as most people know, I'm not a huge fan of Ronda, but I can't lie, she has been getting better for sure. I think Shayna makes her look better than what she is, sort of.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm gonna go with Liv Morgan and Raquel.
For this one, I do want Liv and Raquel to win because I think they're I think match for match, I think they're gonna have better matches. However, I am gonna go Ronda and Shayna. I'm kind of sick and tired of like the women's tag belts kind of bouncing back and forth between teams. I think you kind of need eventually they need to either scrap the entire tag division and make a mid card level belt for the women's, or like fully double down on the tag team belts, like have a long lasting reign with the tag team belts, or just like I said, not have them at all. I think you kind of need Ronda and Shayna to win. I think they're a great face for. Ronda's obviously not only popular in WWE, she's so popular outside of the wrestling world. Shayna's somebody who's very talented, similar to Ronda, but I think it's technically better. So yeah, I'm gonna go Ronda and Shayna. However, I would like Liv and Raquel to win this match. And for our next match, we have the Intercontinental Championship on the line, where we have the champion Gunther taking on Matt Riddle. And who do you have for this match?
Alright, so for this one, I think it could kind of go either way, because I could see Gunther winning just to continue holding his belt, obviously. But I could also see Riddle winning just to send Gunther another direction and possibly go for the WWE Championship, the Heavyweight Championship, like kind of moving him up a notch, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it could go either way, but I think it'll probably stay on Gunther if I had to guess.
Yeah, I think for this one, I'm gonna go Gunther as well. I think he's getting closer and closer now to passing up Honky Tonk Man's Intercontinental Championship reign, which I think would give him the longest reigning Intercontinental Championship reign. And I think that is something that WWE has been trying to do recently, is rewrite the old history, make new history with the longer runs. Gunther's been a phenomenal champion, and I think this match will be very good, because I think could very much steal the show, because Matt Riddle has that MMA style where he's going to hit hard. Gunther, obviously, his big chops are going to make Matt Riddle's chest red like Sheamus's. But yeah, I think Gunther wins this one. I would like to see another clean win from Gunther this past like the weekly shows on Raw and stuff. He hasn't getting like too many like clean wins. He hasn't had interference from like Imperium or stuff like that. So I think a good clean win here for Gunther puts him back on track to hopefully have another continuous great run with the Intercontinental Championship. But yeah, I'm gonna go Gunther. You're gonna go with Gunther as well. Yeah, on to the next one. And for our next match, we have the women's Money in the Bank ladder match, where we have Zelina Vega, Becky Lynch, Zoe Stark, Bayley, Io Sky, and Trish Stratus. And now, who do you have for this Money in the Bank?
I feel like this one's super tricky. I feel like almost any of them could win this match, honestly, because Trish, she's been getting like, everybody been loving her return recently. Bayley, everyone always loved Bayley since she basically came in. Zoe Stark is like an upcoming, as well as Zelina. They're both kind of like, they're rising to be like, potential women's championship contenders, like with the way that they've been performing recently. Obviously Becky Lynch is Becky Lynch. Io Sky, she's great. But if I had to pick who I want to win, honestly, I'd be stuck between Zelina and Io Sky. I think it's gonna be one of them two. I can't really pick one between them two, but I think those are my two picks. I'm gonna give 2 for this one.
Yeah, for this one, I agree with what you said. Anybody, in my opinion, has a chance, I think. But I think Zelina has probably the worst chance. I think she had a great showing at Backlash. She did her job. The crowd seemed to love her. And obviously, that's very much her own doing. She's amazing. However, for this one, I am also going to go Io Sky, because I think with how Damage Control has been, it was never... Obviously, when they first debuted, was a huge moment. However, after that, there hasn't been like too much like big things going on. And I think now that Dakota Kai's injured, and now you're just left with Bayley and Io, I think you have Io in here. Bayley's kind of jealous because Bayley was a big star of the group. She was like the head of this faction, and I think now that Io was kind of always the more, she's obviously willing to do more like crazy spots. She's the aerial queen, so she does her big flips, her big moves off the top ropes and stuff. So I think having her win, maybe have a feud going on between her and Bayley's, fully split up Damage Control, and then obviously when Dakota Kai comes back, kind of have her come back and have her like the middle person, trying to get everybody back together. So yeah, I'm gonna go Io Sky for this one, but I do agree with you. Like, there's a lot of ways it could go with this. But yeah, on to our next match. And for our next match, we have the World Heavyweight Championship on the line, where we have Seth Rollins taking on Finn Balor. And who do you have for this match?
This is another one where I can see both of them potentially winning. They both definitely deserve like a big spotlight like this at Money in the Bank. But I think I'm just gonna go with Seth Rollins because he hasn't held it for too long. I think he deserves to hold it for quite a while. And I feel like with him as a champion, his next opponent at SummerSlam could be like a list of different people. There's obviously Cody Rhodes. There's Brock Lesnar. You know, there's a lot of people that you could kind of throw in there. Or if Gunther loses, you could see Gunther versus Rollins. That'd be pretty good. But yeah, it could go a lot of different ways. But I think I'd like to see it on Seth more than Finn right now.
Yeah, I think for this match, I agree with you. Could go. It's very much like 50-50, it feels like. And one thing, I feel so bad for Finn because I think Finn is a phenomenal champion if he were to win this. And I think he's one of the most talented guys on the roster and has been so good for so long. And I would love to see him as a champion again because obviously we held the Universal title, lasted only not even a full 24 hours before he had to relinquish it the next night on Raw. But I think Seth will win here. Like you said, I think you kind of, to establish a champion, you want to have a good first run with the belt. And I think Seth being your guy, have him hold it for, 6 months, let's say. He's only held it for about a month now. So I think Seth's in for a good little run with the belt. However, there's been reports that Drew McIntyre could be at the pay-per-view. And I think if Drew comes back, returns here after this match, I would love to see a Seth versus Drew match at SummerSlam. I think that would be fantastic. Because obviously Drew is one of the best in WWE, and he's been very much missed, I think, by a lot of people. Him being on Raw, I think, sets up a lot of great matches. Obviously, you have Gunther, Seth, Finn, Cody, whoever. But yeah, I'm going to go Seth as well. And on to our main event. And for our main event, we have the Bloodline Civil War, where we have Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa taking on the Usos. And who do you have for this match?
I think I'm gonna go with the Usos. I think it'd be a big win for them, but also I could also see Roman and winning and to build up Solo even more. A lot of people definitely love Solo. When we were at a house show recently, he came out and actually got like a really big pop. Like people are really into him, and obviously every time he goes in, everybody loves Solo. He's slowly becoming like a fan favorite kind of. So I could see that happening, but I'm gonna go with the Usos because I think this would be like a good like revenge win for them, kind of.
Yeah, I think for this one, I hate to copy you again, but I think I want to go the Usos as well because I feel like obviously for SummerSlam, I think they're gonna have Roman defend his belt finally. We haven't kind of seen him defend his belts in quite some time now, so I feel like if you have the Usos win here. Perhaps you have Solo turn on Roman, join his brothers, and you have, the Usos plus Solo together. However, I think for SummerSlam, you could have Jey Uso try to get his revenge on Roman, try to gain the belt. I think that would be something that, obviously, I don't think he would win it at SummerSlam. However, I think that would be a great match. Obviously, the story's already here. So, yeah, I think I want to go the Usos for this one, which... It's kind of interesting because Roman will have lost 2 times back-to-back now at pay-per-views, and it's both in tag action. However, it's obviously if let's say if someone does interfere or turn on Roman, it would be both times where he only lost because somebody had turned on him, like blindsiding him, kinda. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go the Usos as well. Now, next thing I'll ask you is what match are you most excited for the pay-per-view?
Honestly, I think the women's Money in the Bank match probably because, like I said, there's so many directions it could go. I obviously picked Zelina or Io as like my 2 kind of picks for that match, but like literally anybody on that match could win. Like Becky could win, Zoe could win, Bayley could win, Trish could win. Like literally anybody could win that match, and I think Io could bring some pretty big spots. Zoe could bring some pretty big spots. I don't think Trish Stratus would do too much.
Probably not.
But yeah, like I could definitely see this going a whole lot of ways. I could see Trish doing like some like dirty kind of maneuvers or whatever, maybe to pull off the win. Maybe somebody comes and helps her. But yeah, I think that's the one I'm most excited for.
Yeah, I think for me, I'm kind of torn between obviously the men's Money in the Bank and then also I feel like the Seth and Finn Balor match could go really well. It's obviously two greats that have solidified themselves in like W history and just wrestling history as two of the best of all time and of this generation. So I think that's probably one of the ones I'm looking forward to the most, obviously. But this is another like very good card on paper, which I think W has been very good on, especially Triple H since he took over as the B show. Pay-per-views have been phenomenal. W hasn't missed on pay-per-views yet, in my opinion. And I think they'll continue their streak of not missing, and I think this will be a fantastic pay-per-view. But yeah, that's pretty much our predictions. When this video goes up, it should be the day of Money in the Bank. Obviously, like I said, it'll be an early start time, so make sure you're up early to watch it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching our video. Let us know your predictions for the pay-per-view, and yeah, see you guys in the next video.